what do you think needs to be there minimum for someone to get married? Because I think the considerations that people have, I think, are valid concerns, things to think about. So things like, where are we going to live? Is it going to be bought? Is it going to be rented? Can we financially support ourselves? All that kind of stuff is good stuff to think about.
Yeah.
But what would you say is like bare minimum needs to be there?
Yeah.
That it's just kind of like, if this is here, then get married.
Yeah.
What would be that for you?
I think like aside from like, oh, you need to believe in God, all that.
Aside
from all that, like
just like practical stuff. Yeah.
I think good counsel.
Okay.
Like a good circle of people around you
Yeah.
that you love and trust and that can speak into things and, like I think for Ben and I, we had people in our lives that really loved us and were there to also affirm that getting married was okay.
Yeah.
Getting married was good.
Yes.
You guys are not crazy. However, there were a lot of outside noise that was like, oh, that's crazy. But also that really, honestly, I don't recall that time of people saying that we were crazy or we were too young.
Yeah.
Honestly, I really recall the time of people loving on us and being supportive of our decision. And that is the power of a really good circle of counsel. And that those people included like our parents or something, we have good parents on both sides. Like they were both very supportive. So yeah, good counsel I think is important.
Yeah.
Because they can also, like on a very practical sense, they can also give you very practical ways on working around those really important conversations. How do we buy a house? What does renting look like?
Yeah.
Can we help?
Yeah.
And we had friends that so willingly gave up so much to help us too. Yeah.
Is there just getting real practical? I'm already hearing some people who might have this question of like, is there a minimum number of that good counsel? Like, are we talking 1, 2, 3, 10? Like, what is that?
You're asking the wrong person. I think like minimum 2.
Okay, minimum 2.
Not just like one person.
Okay.
I feel like you need 2 people,
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
one on each side, like one for like,
Okay,
the
sure.
male, one for the female,
Sure.
something like that. Not
Yeah.
just like one.
Okay, yeah.
I think 2 minimum.
Okay. I would say 3, but
Why 3?
I think it's like the third one is the confirmation, or it's like, I'm not trying to like, but I think
Okay,
it's
2 to 3. Let's
2
say
to 3.
2 to 3.
I think is good.
Yeah.
But then
yeah.
also, I think it also speaks to the point you don't want too many.
Exactly.
Because
you
like
don't.
having the whole thing of like too many cooks spoil the broth.
Yeah.
Right. I think it's sometimes when you have too many opinions.
Agreed.
And if they're all like conflicting, then it's just like, which one do I?
Agreed.
listen to? So I think it's really just about that whole, like, you've got to have a group of people that you truly trust.
Yeah.
And I think the important one is that that they will speak the truth
Exactly.
to you.
Exactly.
Whether you like to hear it or not.
Exactly.
That's probably like, yeah. Because then you could end up with one person who doesn't really speak the truth, and then it's just like, oh, okay, this guy said it's okay, therefore I'll do it.
Exactly. And I think it speaks a lot, like, like I feel like with Ben and I, our marriage, like it was really founded on dating in community and being in community. And what does that really mean? And I was reading Proverbs 27 recently, and it talks a lot about like iron sharpening iron, a friend like, sharpens a friend or something like that. And how, I think it says something like this. I'm rephrasing, but in Proverbs 27, it says criticism from a good friend is better than praise from like a fool or something like that. Something like that. And I think, it speaks a lot about like who are the people in your life, because then that also, you need a date in that sense where people are feeding each other and filling each other and speaking life into you,
Yeah.
You can't just listen to what you want to hear.
Yeah.
So knowing your friends is important. Like, yeah.